Hey everyone, how's it going? Happy Sunday evening. It's time for some more The Witness. So this morning's session, we had a really good session actually. We managed to get 2 lasers this morning, which I was not expecting given like the rocky start. We had about 10 minutes of sort of faffing about on the first puzzle, but then it sort of went really quite smoothly after that actually. As far as this stream goes, ominously enough, OBS has already disconnected once for me. So, let's see how this goes. When I was playing Civ the other day, my computer was having a right mare. It was really, really struggling. Okay, so we're in the quarry for the first time. We have got Turbine. Now, we've seen Turbine before. We saw Turbine when we went behind the curtain to have a look at some Wizard of Oz stuff. So, 3 hexes. We obviously can't go through all of them. Wait a minute. Cannot tell where that sound is coming from. It's like clearly turned... Oh! Okay. I mean, that looks kind of like a path, and that looks like a starting position, of course. But it was complaining that it didn't... And that puts it back down. Well... I mean, I'm thinking up and connected has got to be better, right? So what does Turbine demand? Interesting. Okay, we're learning about something new here. So there it was a triangle. And a success was 1 edge. Maybe just something like that? No. I mean, there are not very many combinations that this can be. So it might be a question of finding the solution first. So it doesn't override the black hexes. Oh man, this is running the risk of being a very similar start to the last stream. But then again, I mean, when you're sort of fiddling with something new, you don't really have any handle on what it is. Okay. So what are we looking at here? So if we say that it doesn't override the black hexes, which isn't guaranteed, incidentally, then it's got to go through that path, and it's got to start here. The reason I say it's not guaranteed is because we clearly didn't go through a black hex on either of the 2 solutions, but it didn't on the triangle, but it didn't really look like it succeeded either in a way. So we've done this path, we've done that path. We've tried ignoring, I think. We've done... no, we haven't done that. We've done... yeah, we've done that. We haven't done that. Alright, let's go and have a look. No. Does not like. So what am I missing on this puzzle here? I mean, aside from the fact that it physically looks like... aside from the fact that it physically looks like what it's moving, right? Because you've got flat and you have up. So maybe the joke is that it's not a puzzle at all? That you're just trying to move something. But... Okay, well, when in doubt, we go and we do a different puzzle instead. So I don't think there was anything over here. That shortcut, incidentally, we should be able to open that now, no problem. We've got wires coming around. So right, so that's a wire which comes out of that room. So that's not really doing anything. Can't open that from this side. I might just dash around quickly and open that shortcut because shortcuts are handy and everyone loves shortcuts. And now that we know how the rotation Tetris blocks work, it should be a puzzle that we can just solve. Bing bang bong. Yeah, these puzzles, these green ones, to go and open this this gate here, we sailed through those this morning. There was something about that puzzle that just really spoke to me, but perhaps that's not uncommon. Maybe that's just an easy puzzle. Okay, so Tetris blocks. We know Tetris blocks now. So that's one of them. No, wait, no, we did look at this earlier. How do I do this one? Because this requires a shape somewhat like that. But then you can't include it as part of the thing. Unless you were to somehow join these together. Oh, do you know how you could join them together? You could join that one first. And join it with this one. Wait, no. Oh, I feel like I'm on the verge of getting it. Hang on. So you do that one first. And you join it. Well, yeah, except that's then not inside either of them. Wait, I feel like I'm on the verge of getting that. Right, because I think you want something like that one to go in there, because you can get these together however you want. So you go round. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So you go. Oh no. So round like that, down and up. There we go. Boom. Yeah, nothing in here. Doesn't look like. Well, they never take anything for granted there. I think we're going to go on the boat and have a look around. Have a look around some other pieces. Oh yeah, get rid of that. So we've got the boat here, and I think we're going to go to Star Island. Because we also saw some stars... Did we see some stars underground? Was that where we saw stars? Yeah, I think it was. So let's go to... Oh. There we go. Ah, I can select speed. Fast, please. Now, not going to lie, I assumed that this was going to be some kind of "so you're awake, traveller" kind of situation, rather than it being an actual thing to sit through. Oh, hang on a second. I was not expecting to go this way. Just keeping an eye out for stuff. So on this island that I'm going to, there's a drawbridge that we couldn't get past earlier. So I'm hoping this is going to teach me about spiky circles. Then we get that drawbridge down. Maybe we even get a laser over here. Who knows? There is also at the Tetris block thing. There was part of the Tetris block location that similarly we just couldn't get to. So I imagine that's also going to be a use the boat to get to it kind of situation. So we've got a thing up here, we've got some paths here. I don't think that's anything. Okay. Spiky circles. I mean, that's kind of my default one that I try and go for. Okay. That doesn't really reveal very much to me initially. But it probably means they don't like being cut. So does that work? Yes, it does. So is it they all like to be in the same territory as each other, similarly to the black and white squares? Possibly. Possibly. I might have just stumbled... Oh! Aha. Now it does not like. And it does not like that either. Ah, shoot. So this is the point where you have to then go back and you have to, you know, reassess your assumptions there. So, what's different here? Certainly the brakes are different. Because these two have a break between them. So is it ones with brakes and ones without brakes need to be in separate territories to each other? So it's kind of like black squares and white squares, but they're all sort of the same colour. And that seems to be sensible, given that we're now getting puzzles that actually have contiguous sets of rooms that have brakes in them. So now none of these pieces share a room, which makes me think that I'm angling to try and get them all into the same zone, but they can't physically. Unless this one, which goes to the outside, is considered in the same part as this one. In which case we could probably do it by doing something like that. Nope. So I had two puzzles which supported previous hypothesis. Ones with brakes want to be separate from ones without brakes. Possibly. And ones without brakes want to be together? Maybe I've gone to the wrong presumption. Hello, hello, Vela4. I have solved 4. So I have solved the one where they are all mirrored. I've solved the castle. I've solved the pagoda, the one where you are looking through the branches of the tree, and the tree has all square branches. And the most recent one I solved was the one which is just to the left of the castle, that has where you're tracing shadows from the branches, and then you open up the small gate, and it's in there. So I'm going for laser number 5, and I'm hoping that Spiky Circles possibly has it. How did you like the pagoda? Oh man, I got so stuck. I got so stuck. And also, like, if you watch back the video from that one, I'm literally standing right there, and the back. So you know the shutters at the back of the room, they have a square grid on them, but they're not quite the same size because they're like a 4 by 8 grid, I think, whereas the puzzle's trying to get you to solve a 3 by 7 grid. So I'm like, well, maybe if I stand in a certain place, like a pillar or a tree will obscure part of the grid, and so I'm looking at these back walls, because the back walls have holes in them, thinking, yeah, those holes aren't coincidental. And literally, back in the recording, you can see that I'm literally standing with the branches overlaying the puzzle, but I'm looking at the wall behind it going, not sure about that, really. I think it felt like forever. It really did. I don't know. It might have only been like 10 or 20 minutes. I'm not sure. But that was a nice one. That was a nice one. I think the castle so far is my favourite. The castle I found, really, really satisfying. Definitely. In fairness, like, I went to the castle, did a little bit, came back, did a little bit more, a couple of times. And also because the castle sort of takes you through, the north side of the castle kind of takes you through Tetris blocks, rotating blocks, it's got a couple of different things into it. I kind of got a certain way, got stuck, had to come back, and I only went back once I'd learned what Tetris blocks did. So how long ago did you pick up this game? So I've got two gappy ones. Oh, hang on a second. Wait, did I do this one wrong? Yeah, because I put a non-gappy one and a gappy one in the same territory as each other. So actually, my initial assumption is incorrect. I'm not sure why this one works then. Did I solve the castle before the Tetris area? So I have solved like the first 12 puzzles of the Tetris area, but then I couldn't progress because I don't have the boat. So because there's like a walkway and water, and I couldn't get the walkway to come up, So I've solved like the first 12 of the Tetris block puzzles, but then I'm presuming I take the boat to the next section for that. Maybe it's to do with how many things are in contiguous areas. So these count as 2s and these count as 1s. In which case, would those be 2 or 1? And what do I even mean? I'm just kind of waffling to myself. Because that's... So it's a 1 and a 1, and a 1 and a 1? But if that were the case, then you should be able to just draw any line here, and it would work, but it clearly doesn't. This is kind of stumping me a little bit, actually. You solved the harder one at the top of the castle. That's pretty insane. It was... I kind of found it okay once I'd figured out all of the parts. The other one is definitely easier because you're literally just replicating the solutions that you had below. Yeah. So these two wanted to be together. Like, it didn't like that, and that's also fine, which I would expect, because that's just rotationally symmetric anyway. So, do they just want to... So then why does this one fail? So you kind of go, okay, so they want to be in the same territory as each other, and that was my assumption here. But then this didn't work. Okay, sure. So none of the other 3 solutions for this work, question mark? Yeah. So that has to... So that's got a unique solution to it. This one, I presume... Well, this one has just got a reflection solution to it, sure. But these ones are not allowed. Now, these have a break joining them, and these are on their own. And these have a break joining them, and these are on their own. So, it clearly indicates that when you have 2 stars in rooms that actually connect to each other, they must be cut off from rooms that are on their own. In which case... why wouldn't something like that work? This is on the assumption that they can be considered connected via the outside. It seems reasonable. I mean, if they can't, though, then... This is one of the hardest areas. Well, fair. If I get really stuck, I will mull it over. I'll come back to it. But harder starting areas, yeah. Well, I mean, I need one of these because I went. I can't remember what it's called. I don't know what it's called, but like right outside the tutorial area, there's something that looks a bit like a Jurassic Park bunker, and it had like a huge puzzle on it, and it was all black hexes and black and white squares. And so once I figured out the black and white squares and black hexes, I went back to that, and I got a clue with some hexagons on it. And then that was needed to go and watch a random video from like a 1970s documentary about amino acids. Very fun, very educational. No idea what that has to do with the rest of the plot, but, you know, it's pretty good. And I think the next door in that area had some spiky guys on it. Okay, let's try and break this down a little bit. So, because of this, right, these are dead ends, right? So we definitely have to go this way. Similarly, that's a definite. Okay, so we are cutting down the possibility space. So we've got two options there. We have got 1, 2, 3 options there. And then we can do 1, and then there's 2 options there. So all in all, that's, so 3 options there, times 2 is 6, times 2 is, so there are only 12 possible paths for this. So I reckon we're just gonna bloody go through them in a methodical way. So try that one, that one. Okay. So now that we have an example of a correctly done thing, we can try and work out how we did it. So the solution ended up being round the edge, up and round here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 1, 2. What do I think the rule is? Well, so my hypothesis kind of got blown out of the water. Initially, I thought it was going to be very similar to the the black and white squares. And initially I thought it was going to be, so we have these things and they don't like to be separated from each other, right? And it's like, okay, can we do this without separating them? Yes, that's fine. We could do this without separating them. Yes, that's fine. And then we started introducing ones which have adjacent rooms. And so these need to be separated from each other, here and here. But then trying to do that on the assumption that these are in different... Sorry, trying to do that here, assuming that these are in different thing. This is in the same territory as this one. So that rule doesn't work. So now I'm thinking maybe it has something to do with the number of rooms that are contiguously connected. Possibly. Because over here we've got 5 rooms here and a 1. And here we've got a 3, a 2, a 1, 1, 1, 1. So you could say, okay, well that's a 3 and that's a 2 and that's a 5, so you've got to cut them so that they add up. But does that work with our previous thing? And you sort of say, well, no, because we've got a 2 and you know, and it's certainly not stars, you know, you've got to balance out the stars with the adjacent rooms versus stars that are on their own, because again, this puzzle here would break that rule. So I'm really uncertain, actually, as to how we've ended up at that. Looking at this puzzle here, Now, I mean, not all of these puzzles have unique solutions. So, for example, I would strongly suspect that this is also a solution. Yeah, perfectly fine. So what we can at least say about the puzzle is that it does not care how many blank squares you are having on each side of the line. We're certainly not trying to balance anything like that. Now, I would also presume that that is not an allowable solution. Okay, and it's flashed those two, but not these two. So these two at the top, when you draw it like... Wait, no. When you draw it like that, are considered fine. I presume as well, then, that when you go this way... Yeah, so when you go this way, it's going to flash these two. I presume if you did something similar at the top here, it's going to flash the two at the top. And when we just try and go straight forward, it just flashes all of them. So, for some reason... So they're failing in pairs. So they're failing in pairs, and the failures are being caused by cutting these off. And when you cut the top one off, both of these fail. And when you cut the bottom one off, both of these fail. So these must be looking at each other, and these must be looking at each other. When you have it in this configuration, like, I mean, you can draw it so that you don't have this line cutting them off, and it's all bets are off in that situation. But it can't be that you need to have an open one and a closed one in the same territory, because we've already shown that not to be the case in literally the puzzle before it. And it can't be that you're trying to split these up so that you have an even number of them on both sides of the line, because we have this one here, which is also fine. Oh man. This is a tough one. This is really tough. Oh, do I come back to this later? I am tempted. I am tempted. How long have I been on this puzzle now? Spamming solutions to get ahead is an option. Yeah, I mean, that is what I did. I mean, it's... I mean, another example could be helpful. So we have an open one here and an open one here, and these two share, right? So that kind of makes me think, although we don't actually know that sharing does anything. So we're going to have to end by going this way, right? And we also cannot go along here because that's just a dead end. Let's grab a picture and we'll go and add that. Go and analyze that. So we know that has got to be part of the solution. We know that you cannot go there. You have to start here, and you cannot go here. Pretty much all of... oh no, wait, there's a break there, so it has to be there, and yeah. So it's got to go round like that. Now, if I go round this way, that all four of them don't like that. But if I go this way, all four of them still don't like it. Interesting. What if I go all the way across to cut them into 2 and 2? Then it's fine. Okay. So we've got no breaks anywhere here. Okay, doing it across there doesn't do anything. I mean, splitting it into 2, 2 and 2 is fine. We cannot do a similar thing here because of this orientation. We can split it into a 3 and 3, but given that this is just rotationally the same as the last one, that's not really going to do anything. I mean, a 4 and 2 we can trivially do, and those two are then fine. So we can split it into a 2, 2 and a 2 like that. So this makes me think... nah, that doesn't... Yeah, that wouldn't... No, okay. No, the theory I just came up with doesn't seem to be correct. But... I mean... No, wait, it wouldn't be that way. You'd want to split it something like... 2, 2... No. Can't do it that way, can't do it that way. I'm thinking split these into 4 groups of 2? Like, is that even possible with this layout? Maybe... No, not without cutting off the end. Although actually that should not matter. So something like that? Well, yeah, okay, no. Yeah. Right, so these two are fine actually. So yeah, so it looks like we're looking to try and make... So it looks like we're trying to make 4 groups of 2. So what would that look like? So we need a cut there. And we would have to have a cut there. Start here, end here. So... probably something like that. Sorry, change colour. Something like that seems reasonable. No, maybe that's a terrible way to do it, actually. Because of the way that these jut out, it kind of feels a lot more natural to do it that way. But then you're going to need to come across something like that. In which case... yeah, no, you still got the same problems before. You could instead break off here and go like... No. I wonder if there's a way of joining that up. Remove that and instead have it come from that direction. So something like join that up there. No, but then you need a node with 3 exit points. It feels like you're going to need that one. The progression in this game between each panel is the best. Each new puzzle makes you challenge your own assumptions. It's absolutely true. Absolutely true. The like sometimes you get it. Like sometimes you just see it and you're like, you know, like the the purple trees. The first time couldn't get it at all. The second time, literally as I was walking up to it, I was like, oh yeah, no, okay, actually I see it. And then you just rattle through all of them. And similarly, in the last session with the gate that we opened, the fourth laser that we did, it was just a very straightforward. Okay, it's shadows. It's shadows on the thing. That was certainly less challenging than this. This is really tough, actually. I am really struggling with this one. It feels like we're going to need that one, because it doesn't feel right to have this coming out. Do you know what? No, that's I'm not even convinced by that. Found this section a bit exhausting, mostly because it's bam, bam, bam with the puzzles. Yeah. Like, this section is not letting up, definitely. Like, each puzzle... I was hoping to be able to try and validate, oh, do I need, you know, do I need 4 groups of 2 slightly more easily than this? Okay. Let's try that way, right? Like, it's either got to be that one or that one, right? Because, like, nothing else would make sense in this context. So if it is that way, it doesn't matter what we do down in this corner. So let's worry about what we're doing here. Now, we don't have a huge amount of space, so we're probably going to want to do that. Then we're probably going to want to bring this up. It can't bounce in there. So it's going to come down here, down here, down here, and round, and that is what it's going to be. Alright. Let's try that out. There we go. Oh, cool. We are at an end of sorts. So, 4 groups of 2 again, I suppose. How are we going to do it this time? I mean, well, the obvious solution is never the correct one, right? So now we're going to end up with needing to do a bit of thing with what's there. But let's see how many of them flash. Yeah. Okay. Love this area. Last laser I solved. Like, I don't know. I'm not confident that I've worked out the rule for this one. Like, 4 groups of 2, fair enough. 3 groups of 2. 3 groups of 2. Man, that's 2 groups of 2. Groups of 2. Yeah, okay. So it's always groups of 2. Is that always the case, though? Is it literally just always groups of 2? Have I just missed a really obvious thing there? Oh yeah, because the first puzzles only started with 2 of them, didn't they? So you had to get them together. Ah, do you know what? I think I missed the obvious answer there. Is it just always groups of 2? Okay. Let's try it. So, yeah, no, that's going to tie me into a knot there. Okay. Once again, if you do go back and watch any of the recordings, like this setup that I did where I had like half my screen in paint and half my screen, I only did that this morning. Like all my other recordings, literally session 2, I did have a guy on stream watching me. It was, you know, really fun to chat with, and I was trying to talk to him, but I hadn't got anything set up for viewers, and so I was literally writing on post-its and like trying to show it to the camera to kind of give him a sense of my thinking, and it's just like, yeah, no, gotta sort that out. So I went and did this instead. Okie dokie, if we're splitting these into groups of 2, we need that, we need that, we need that. We need to exit here, and we need to start here. Now. No, we don't. That's the obvious solution. No. These guys are... graph paper? Yeah, fair. Now, these devs are smarter than that. They're expecting you to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not going to work. Okay. It's going to be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that, isn't it? So actually, I don't think we can put any red lines on this. I don't think we have any definite lines. Because, like, we could even group this one with this one. Because you could go out to here and zigzag down here and round. Like, you could do something like that. Right, after you've done... I mean, okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Yeah, you could literally do that? Question mark? No. Because then these are in the same zone. It doesn't look far off, though, does it? I'm going to go on the assumption that these two are tethered together. In which case, we'll want a junction here. So, and that means that it has to come from this side, right? Because if it came from this side, later on, we would need to separate this from wherever that one is. So if it has to come from that side, I'm going to go and make the assumption that it starts there. In which case, we're going to want to cut here. Now this is a little bit strange. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get back there, so that is probably not correct then. But if we go that one, then it becomes... yeah, it becomes impossible to separate this guy and this guy. Unless that's the point. Can you do that? No. Maybe I'm going in totally the wrong direction. Maybe it is something more obvious like this. But then we can't. But then these are a problem. It feels like I don't want to do the obvious solution. Like this, and this. That just doesn't feel right. It feels like I want to do something really unusual. Like cutting these two. And maybe cutting those. But I can't do that. No. Oh man. Yeah, this one's a tough one. Okay. Ah, shoot. I've only got 40 minutes as well before I've got to go. I feel like I really want to crack this though. Like, to does that have any merit? Because you could literally get all of this space for other shenanigans. Like that could go all the way around like that. Like, is this anything? No, because you really don't want to be looping around the back of those. Because then how are you going to separate those? Is anyone in the chat familiar with that famous bridges problem? I can't remember which city it is. It's the bridges of something or other. Not the bridges of Madison County. That's something totally different. The bridges of... it's not Copenhagen. I want to say it's something like Copenhagen. Königsberg. That's it. The 7 bridges of Königsberg. I remember when I was doing my GCSE maths many years ago now, we had that as our test piece of coursework to do. Okay. Wrapping around the front of those seems a lot more sensible than wrapping around the back. Oh, hang on. Oh no. Ah, shoot. I thought I had it there for a second. Just for a second. We could still have it though, right? Because can we not do something like... So we can do that to get these separated, but... wait, no. No. No, that's not going to work. No, you'd need to do something like that, and then you'd need to bring that up there, and then... No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to call time on this one. This one needs to be ruminated on. It does feel a little bit sucky to get very, very close to the end of a section of puzzles before then giving up, but I feel like I'm just taking too long on that one. Let's move on to now Tetris blocks. There's a section of Tetris blocks that I couldn't get to from the part of the island that I was on. And I'm presuming that the boat takes you to the opposite side of that walkway. I'm really hoping that we find a section that's slightly easier. And honestly, I feel like I could do with a pick-me-up, because it's just like, oh my god, did I really just spend 45 minutes doing like 6 puzzles? This looks promising. I don't think I've been here before. I haven't been to this part from this direction, and if this is Tetris blocks, I should know how Tetris blocks work, unless it goes and does something that I don't understand. Aha, okay. Oh, interesting. Sure, so we can just rotate those, right? And those work. Whatever that did. I thought that was going to make me a walkway. It did not make me a walkway. let's go this way. Ah, yes, yes, yes. So here's... Is this the other side of the walkway that I was on? No, hang on, wait. Where did I get to previously? I've not been to the red shelter before. I think I might actually be quite... No, you can't go in there. I think I might be quite far away from where I was. Okay, no power here. One of my tips is to slow down and look around. You were close, there's a lot more to find. Fair enough. Ooh! Is it like a multi-press? Can you spoil a visual Easter egg? I mean, as long as it doesn't spoil a solution to a puzzle, go for it. So I can... Okay, so that doesn't go anywhere. I have been to the other side of that platform, though. Got breakers there. There's a cage with a statue on top. Oh, yes. That one over there. Oh, right, okay, so the purple has changed the rotational direction. I can spot something there. Okie dokie. Let's go and have a look. Ha ha ha. Oh, right. It's like a... Oh, that's nice. This suddenly became a wholesome content stream. Oh. A platform turned up. Wait, what? Was that one of the... possibly one of the buttons I pressed. I mean, that shortcut unlocked because I could already get to the other side of that. And I'm presuming there are also puzzles in this direction. That doesn't look like anything there. This feels like we're about to stumble on a Dorito puzzle. Which I only know the name of because someone in the last stream told me that they are Dorito puzzles. I was calling them yellow triangle puzzles. But if I call them Dorito puzzles, then it makes it look more like I know what I'm doing. This is a very curious path. Okay. Yeah, very curious. Okay, so there is another path we can go along. Because this also rotates... Oh. Wait, these buttons are now not making it... Wait, I thought these were pressure pads. Uh-oh. We got something new. I didn't want something new. I wanted something that had already been very well established for me that I could just leverage. That is also clearly not the simplest version of this either. Yeah, I don't know how to solve this one because this Tetris block, even if you rotated it, there's no way to close the end of it. Unless these count. So, I mean, could do something like that, but so why was this rotating before and not rotating now? I'd kind of like to get to the other side of the walkway. This is a slightly bit harder than the one you walked away from. Yeah, well, I mean, I've only got one. Well, I have no baseline for individual coloured squares. Like, I've not seen those at all. I was expecting this area to be. Oh no, not that way. I was expecting this area to be the opposite side of the Tetris area. Hang on, I've gone wrong again. It's this way was... Yes, here we go. I was expecting this to be the opposite side of the Tetris area. Because that's where I thought the boat was taking me. Because I went this way, did these, and these are all fine. I was rather hoping to get here. And, yeah. It's odd that there's a wire coming out of this which isn't powered, actually. It's only powered one wire. I can solve this. I thought I had solved this. I mean, there's a second solution. You can do... wait, no. Is there even a second solution? Yes. Yes, there is. You can do that one. Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm moving, not that thing. Yeah, the Spotify album has moved on into something that is a little bit more upbeat. Maybe we should move it to something a little bit more relaxing. Don't know, what's this? We'll see how that goes. Don't know. GG. Thank you. In fairness, you know, that means a big hint. Ah, phew. We actually have some normal puzzles to solve. Okay, excellent. We can do these. We can do these. Now, these can translate around. And they don't care about the edge, but they can't rotate. They just have to be included as part of the piece. So, what do I want here? It feels like I want something almost like that. Cool. Next one is going to be very similar. Oh no, hang on, can't go that way. Yeah, interesting. Yes, you can't do that like that. So do we stick the four-way... No, you can't stick the four-way in the middle, almost certainly. I don't think you can have these going across each other like that. That's not going to work. Solving the castle before this. Where did I... No, I had solved those guys down there before I solved the castle. So I had a basic understanding of how Tetris blocks worked. And I think Tetris blocks are the hardest bit of the castle, if I recall. It does introduce rotation, and rotation I was... The puzzle was small enough that I could have a guess at it, I guess. There we go. The copy paste doesn't always work. I'm going to choose a different colour so that it shows up a little bit easier here. So yeah, so this one is a little bit of a strange one because we can't have the 4 at the top. We can't do the 4 at the top, because if we do the 4 at the top, how are you going to get in? No, wait, we can do the 4 at the top, can't we? No, because then that's not in. We can't do... can we do this one? Can we do that? Yeah, that'd work, right? Yeah, alright. Cool. That took me way longer than it probably should have done. Okay, so translation still doesn't matter as long as they're all in the piece. So it's going to be like this. Wait. How's that going to work? Because I can get 4 and a 2 and a 1, but it's going to look like that. For one puzzle in this area, I cut out the Tetris pieces to solve it jigsaw style. That's hardcore. That's hardcore. Do you know what? If by stream like 6, I'm here with my post-it notes, just cutting them up. Yeah, that'll be something definitely. No, we can do it the other way around. We can do it the other way up. Do it the other... No. That's not going to work. What? Sorry, this has degenerated down quite a lot into me going, oh yeah, no, I've got it. Wait, no, I don't. That'll never work. What was I thinking? It's a terrible idea. Okay. So, these guys can't be rotated, as far as I'm aware. And they can be translated as long as they're within the shape of other shapes that they are connecting to. But this guy's like this. This guy could be here or here. And this guy's forced to be here. But how do you get all the way around this guy? Because you've got to have an edge. You've got to have an edge to work from. Wait, have I forgotten a rule? Have I forgotten a rule? I don't think I have. Oh no, do I have to take this slow ass walkway back to have a look at these... Okay, no, I'm going to stay back up here and think a little bit longer then before I commit to a really slow ferry ride in both directions. Wait, you can move them around as long as they are all... Yes, right. Yes, yes, yes. Of course. You can translate them around as long as they're all in the same piece as each other. So you do the 4 here, you do the 2 here, you do the 1 here. That's what we're trying to draw. Okay. Yes. D, 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 da, 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 da. Cool. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I do get very strong Outer Wilds vibes from this. If any of you guys haven't played Outer Wilds yet, you definitely should. Try and go into it as blind as possible, although there is a bit of finickiness with the very start of the game if you go in totally blind. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if anyone here actually cares if I spoil something that's pretty well known about Outer Wilds, but would entail you not going into the game totally blind as a result. Don't know. If anyone cares about me spoiling it, stick it in the chat. It's not a big spoiler. You will literally find it out within the first hour of the game, let's say. Okay. I can see why you'd cut this one out. This is horrible. Okay, so... yeah. Right, okay. We've just got to sort of mentally jumble these up. One thing I kind of like, because I'm playing this on 2 monitors, is as I look at my other monitor that has paint on it, it actually physically on the webcam looks like I'm looking down at the right hand side of my screen here, which is totally not intentional. That's actually just complete coincidence. I only just noticed it. Okay. Okay. So we're trying to make a shape that's going to encompass these things, right? Although not necessarily, but I am assuming we're trying to make a shape that's going to encompass all of them. That means that this one being 2 high and this one being 3 high are going to be end on end like that. So let's start by considering something like this as being part of the solution. Then you're going to want a 2 here for that bit, and you're going to want the 3 here for that bit. So I think that's all we're drawing. There we go. And we've got a gate open. Is there anything else up here? Aha, there is maybe a shortcut, maybe a new area. So we have a 4, a 2 and a 2. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting because if you lay... It's kind of interesting because if you lay... So we want something... No, actually we don't necessarily... No, okay, so we can't do this in one shape. That's what we conclude from this. Because these can't be rotated. So if we were to try and get these two in the same shape, we need something which is 5. And we can't because the left-handmost side of both of these is 2, and that's a 4, so it's not going to work. So we could do something like that, and we could do something like that, and yeah, like we don't even need to join them up. Gotta remember the obvious solution sometimes, I suppose. This one is a little bit smaller, so the 4... Yeah, this is tight. This is tight. We've got something like that. No, obviously not. We've got that. But then it's going to be like that. No. You want to swap these the other way around. You want to swap these the other way around. So it's... Wait, what? No. You need the 4 over here, so it's like this. So, no? Oh, shoot. The 4's not now in there. So you need something like this. There we go. Okay, shortcut or new area? Wait, hang on. Oh, I know where I am. I'm back at the boat. Okay, cool. Shortcut unlocked. Yeah, that one was a neat one. It is really interesting how much variation the developers have managed to cram in to what is a very kind of a very interesting concept. Like this? No, wait. No, that's not quite gonna do it. We need... Yeah, we can do it like that. Okay. And then this one... That's interesting. So that's gonna... when you add those together, that's gonna make something 4 wide. So it's definitely going to be right to the edge. It's going to be something along the lines of that. No? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2... right, okay, no, I see where I went wrong there. It's going to be something like that. No, that's not correct. Development on the game was 7 years. 7 years. Do you know what? I literally don't know anything about the developers who made this one. I mean, is this? I mean, it feels like an indie game, and partly because it's mad to make something like this, and you know. Well, actually, saying a puzzle game feels like an indie game is kind of a bit like saying, you know, oh yeah, football feels like a sport. Like, I mean, big studios don't make puzzle games, right? But I literally have no idea who the developers are of this or what their team makeup is. But yeah, it's definitely very interesting. So, okay. So I think we're going to have something like the 3 there, the 2, and the 3. So yes, we're drawing that. This one is hard to visualise without drawing it out. Actually, I think it's that. No, wait. What am I doing wrong? 2-2. Am I misinterpreting what this is allowed to do? Jonathan Blow. Is this a one-man development team that made this game? That's very impressive, if so. I might be misinterpreting what these guys are allowed to do. Like, I was assuming that we could have this guy like this. No, not even like that. This guy like this, these two here and here, and have a 3 there. But clearly that's not allowed because it's not allowed. Small team, but not one man. Fair enough, fair enough. Do you know what? I have played Braid. I never beat it. Maybe I should go back to that. Braid hurt my head, though. It really did. Like, Braid really felt like I was fumbling about. Maybe I've got it wrong as to what these are allowed to do. But the thing is, they... no, because they could go here and here. No, you have to be allowed to put squares in between other squares. Because if they go here and here, you could get one here, then where's your 3 going to go? Like that? You're getting it in between. So why is what I drew not allowed? Why can I not have 3, 2, 3? There is a subreddit specifically about this puzzle. That's mad. Oh, this is why Beer Snobbery was saying, this one. I am genuinely curious though, Beer Snobbery, what is your favourite kind of beer? Not being a drinker myself, I have no idea about beers at all. But it would certainly help me seem more knowledgeable. Having said that, in the UK, there is definitely an uptake in sort of real ales and things. We've got an organisation called Camera, I know, that does a lot of real ale stuff. Beer festivals and things sponsor them. Maybe my spacing's off. Maybe this is 2 in the spacing. In which case we could have 2 here, 1 there, 1 there. And we're going we're going like that. Let's try that out. Wait, where am I going? There. Nice! Depends on your mood, you need variety. Yours is Orval. Belgian. Ah, very nice. My older brother lives in Belgium. Something like this. That's a little bit of a tricky one. Kind of got to go round it, is it? Because I need to start from... Wait, no, that's not going to work. We can rotate it, though. We can rotate it that way. So it goes like... No! That's not going to work either. Wait. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? It's a one-piece puzzle. Okay, can't do that. Can't be that one. No. Maybe? It depends how it feels about brakes when the brakes are on the edge. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Excellent. Oh! This is the opposite side of that now. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Excellent. Well... So we have another area completed, effectively, nearly. I mean, we have this puzzle there, which requires the coloured squares that I don't really know exactly how they work. Is this going all the way around? Well, that's not amazingly useful, I have to say. Okay, so we have this puzzle here which relies on the coloured squares, which we've not really established well exactly how they work yet. But I'm pretty happy, having spent so long on the spiky circles, I'm really happy that we actually decided to ditch that, came here, solved some good puzzles, so that's really good. I'm counting that as an unmitigated success. So thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. Unfortunately, I've got to go because it's 8:30 here and I need to go and do some stuff in preparation for tomorrow morning, Monday, right? But yeah, thanks for coming along, and if you enjoyed it, yeah, that's great. I generally tend to stream on Sunday mornings, usually. So so check back sort of next Sunday morning. That'll probably be the next time I'm playing this game. I get pretty busy during the week. But if you are interested in some software development videos, I do also have a YouTube channel, which is in the channel description, so feel free to check that out as well. Awesome. I'm glad you had a great time. It was really great, you know, like having an audience to be able to talk to. So yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Okay. Well, anyway, have a great weekend, everyone. We'll catch up really soon. Cheerio.